Hi everyone. Welcome, very nice welcome to the today's webcast of the future of configuration. We think our vision is a fully integrated configuration is everyone or every consultant's dream, and we are trying to integrate the configuration as the best as we can into the Simova extension. So I'm super happy to show you today, the configuration, the guided experience with an example of integrating Document Central. For those that might don't know me yet, I'm Kerem Kikic, and I'm at Simova for now about 5 years as a sales consultant. And but normally we would do this presentation, this webcast together with Max, and but he is out of office due to illness. So we wish all him very best, and I hope he'll be better soon. All right. Let's start. What is a guided experience? We will just have a quick info for those who don't know the guided experience or maybe didn't get in touch with it yet, and then we have a look of it through an example, and we will look the guided experience using Document Central, and we will integrate Document Central very quickly from the start until the end. So from the licensing until the module activation, and we will also do a test. So for you as a consultant, as a partner, it is a good example of integrating a system, fulfilling a need from a customer, or maybe in your environment, and then you will just go install the app from the app source, and you're good to go. All right, so what is a guided experience? The guided experience is a checklist. So it's a guide that is helping us to configure the Document Central, for an example, with a few steps. So we will get through with some wizards that we will go through. And also the last step is that we have a standard base integration of this product so we can directly get going and use the product immediately. For which Simova products is a guided experience already available. So in terms of a standard configuration, we have Document Central, Document Dispatch, Flow Path, and Phone Connect. All those four, they have a standard configuration because you can have a base configuration of things that customers or all of the customers maybe share. And since we have different industries, different use cases, not at every product extension you can have a guided experience or a standard configuration available from the start. So for an example, we have also business portals, one of our extensions that can be customized a lot. And you can also create a standard configuration, but it is a little bit difficult in terms of a base standard configuration for everyone. But it is still possible. So what are the advantages of a guided setup? So like I said, for someone that is trying to start with the extension, for example, Document Central, you just go to the app source and install it and configure it, and that's it. You don't need to, you need to make time for you to understand the solution. You don't have to invest time to configure the solution, learn the solution. You just go and you perform the guided experience, and you're good. With that, you also minimize the errors that you might have if you are reading through thousands of documentations and don't know where to start. And it's also easy if you think about something that you will always get guided. It's always easier to perform those types of configuration. All right, so let's jump into the live demo and let's see what the guided experience is. So in terms of this guided experience, where do I find it? If you install the Simova extension, you can always jump into the specific role center. We do have admin role centers throughout all of our extension. So in terms of asking yourself, all right, even if I want to use the guided experience, where would I start it? Just go to the admin role center. In this example, we will lead the way through Document Central, and it's the best place where we can start the configuration. All right, so we do see already the guided experience. We will get started and show us. Let's open the demo tour. All right, the first thing that the checklist is referring to is our documentation website. Let's start the documentation, and as you see, let me switch it back to English. Before it was through a German webcast saved in the cache of my browser, but here we go. We have our documentation site docs.simova.de, and with that, this is your knowledge base for every Simova product. You can read up into different possibilities of configuration or different use cases, and even upcoming features, known issues, or change logs to the specific extensions. So this is the way of getting the knowledge of or to the products. And even if you just want to have a question answered, just feel free to go to visit this website. All right. In this way, we just know where we can look at if we have any question, but we will get guided through the next step, and this is the license part. Let's jump to that. Begin it. Of course, we need to accept terms and conditions, and then we will get asked if we even have a license credential, and this is an important part because you can always contact us, or as a partner, as an end customer, you can contact your partner. But if you buy the extension, then you will receive from us a client number and an activation key to all of our products. And the important part here is, as a consultant or a partner, an admin, it doesn't matter. You can always start a trial, and always start a 30 days trial. So you can even install this application to the customer environment or your specific sandboxes, whatever you like, and then you can just start from the get-go. And then you don't even have to buy, or you don't even have to contact me at all. You can just go and use the 30 days. In this case, if you bought a license, it would look like something like this. You receive a number and an activation code. You are also feel free to put them in here, and then you can use it right away. Then you will see that the product is activated, and then with a specific user account, you can just activate your own user, and then you're fine with that. Oops, you'll also have to activate, and then we can go to next. This step is a contact person that we have to fill in. We are working here with an app registration in Azure, but we don't want to open Azure at all. We don't want to switch to the platform Azure at all, or Entra. We will create an app registration later on, but this app registration needs a client secret or a client certificate. And for those, they have a due date, and even if they reach it, you want to get noticed not only by the system, but we can also send you an email. Therefore, you just put in the contact person. And that's it. So we successfully licensed the document central and mark it as completed. And then we will start and import our configuration. Let's go with that. Now, we can provide standard configurations through our online online service, or we can also use the file system. Why are we offering those both options? You really can choose a standard configuration that we provide from ourselves, or as a partner, you can also provide different standard configurations through your industry solutions, or different other standard configurations for your own customer, because every customer group can be different from each other. But if your customers are in the same spot, same area, same industry, you can always define your own specific configuration, give it to us, and we can provide it online so your customers can enjoy by importing the whole configuration throughout the system. But you can also export any configuration throughout our products, and then you can just import it within or through a file system here. But in case for the online part, we see we have standard configuration already available for German and English. And in this case, you can also, as a partner, of course, you can provide us the configuration that you just adjusted to your own specific customers. And then we could just put it under a category key. And then with the specific category key, your customers are able to just go in and receive your configuration. In our case, we will just choose the English part, the standard configuration, and then we will also see the configuration, the content of the configuration as well. So in this case, you can also think about the possibility of having many configuration packages if you like to, and you can always put in a configuration part first and then deliver the second part after a specific phase. So you're really dynamic in the way of setting up your customer's environment or even your own. With finishing, we will just import the configuration that we see. It's also based around our customers as well. But it can be adjusted to the needs of your customers also throughout later on the system. All right. Now we will get asked if we want to set up our repository. Let's quickly go through the tour. It needs to be active. We can create new repositories, and we will need to activate the repository as active. Got it. So let's try. We will have a new code just for the entry, but here we will choose the specific repository type. For an example, for Document Central, we can choose between SharePoint Online, Database, and Azure Blob Storage. For those that aren't familiar with the repositories, feel free to check out our podcast or also our YouTube video to the specific differences between SharePoint Online and Azure Blob Storage. The functions for the Document Central are the same. You can still have a audit-proof system. You can still have a full text search. So everything is normal, but the repositories themselves, they have differences for specific needs. And we also have a third option, and it's database. And database is something that we are not always consider because you don't want to fill up the database, Business Central database, since you can slow down the system and it can cost really, really much if you just dump up the database with different documents. So in terms of a real quick demo and in terms of you have different documents that are really small, you can always choose database just to quickly show someone the Document Central or specific other areas where it's integrated. But for us, we will integrate Azure Blob Storage, a real repository that we will try to create directly through Business Central. For that, we will need also a subscription, and with that, in this case, we will need an app registration. And also our Document Central or the guided experience will know that in this example, we do not have an app registration yet, but we will get asked if we want to configure it now. So we will do it. You will create a new app registration, and normally for an app registration, you will need Microsoft Azure or Entra knowledge. You will have to switch the platform. But in this case, we're not going anywhere. We will just stay here. But you will need an admin account, admin rights to perform this. Let's quickly go through. Here it says it just needs some permissions. We will just accept it, and we will just give it an app registration name, so we can find it later on. So here, don't be scared. it's not a Business Central user that has been now created. It's an application user just for the activity. So it can be an activity with the app registration that we've just created, but we will also have to give this application user a consent, and it's also a part where the admin rights are needed. And we will accept it. Perfect. And we can close it. We can also save the client secret, but don't worry if you just skip the page, since you have fast fingers. You can always recreate client secrets and then save them later on. All right, let's finish it. And then what we will see is where we left on, and it's the subscription plan that we will need for Azure Blob Storage. We will just pick this one up, and then we can create a new storage account. The storage account basically is something like a folder within this repository where we will all store the different documents that we want to archive through Document Central within Business Central. All right, so we will have to create a container. This is something that you will need to create through the Azure, but we will just do it from Business Central now. We can choose up the region, let's say Germany West, and the redundancy. Let's take this one, and we can also choose the blob access tier. And if you need information to that, just feel free to contact me later or ask it in the Q&A session. All right, we are now creating a storage account live from Business Central, and it may need 1 minute. Great. With that, we can set this repository as active directly from here, but you can also activate the full text search if you like to. In Azure Blob Storage, you will need a new service for it. That's why it's outsourced in here. But for now, for our test scenario, we won't do it. All right. So we have an active Azure Blob Storage created and also activated through this setup. We also have the app registration through the guided experience, but since we've just did it in the setup of the repository, we can skip this part, or maybe we can just start it, and we can just mark as completed. And then we just have the last step. Let's take the tour. Surprise, we just have to activate the module. All right. Let's activate the module and we are good to go. Let's just quickly see the job queues. Let me start one of the archive queue that we will need for the test. Let's restart it. And then we will just go into the sales quote. Within the sales quote, we will just pick one up. We already see the drop zone. In case, it's a drop zone, and then we can start and archive documents. I do have some within here. Let's say we want to archive a price list. We'll just make a quick drag and drop. We see the whole configuration that can be adjusted later on if you would like to. And then here are the content types. For me, it's a price list, and we do have metadata. And together with that, we just archived a document. Let's see, and we will also print a document out as PDF. So we can also archive automatically documents through a printing, and we will check the archive queue. We also have one queued now. Let me check the archive queue once again. The job queue, sorry, that's behind it, because you can just set up your job queue. It can run every minute or every 5 as you would like to. And let me just quickly update the page, and here we go. We have an external document, just put a drag and dropped it, and we also have our sales quote. Let's check them up. We will go into the documents in the data grid, the overview. Here we have our sales quote, the report from Business Central, and our prices that we have dropped. We also can see the metadata that are being archived with. And also we see the repository type that we've just created, Azure Blob Storage, and we are fine. We just successfully created and configured a complete extension within a few minutes, and also tested it so we can show it to the customer or even use it by our own, or can go and check out the documentations through specific configurations like audit-proof archiving. All right, so this was much, but very quickly, and I hope this will help you of integrating Document Central or also other extensions as well within the Business Central environments. That's it for today. Let's come up to the questions and answer session, so the Q&A, and see, you may have some questions already in the chat or have feedback. You can also unmute you guys so you can ask your questions directly. Let's have a quick look at Teams. All right. So in terms of questions or feedback, there's nothing in the chat. Even if you have questions later on, feel free to contact us through the known contact information that you already have, or the contact information that you see already here, to specific configurations or even the repository types. Feel free to ask. But from my side, it's very important that you guys take with you is that please feel free to use the configuration setup, also the configuration providing your customers. Feel free to export the configuration and put in a base configuration that you can deliver to your customers immediately. All right, but before I just end this session, feel free to also visit our upcoming webcast. It will be the unlimited dispatch scenarios with Document Dispatch and also the email copilot. It will be a great. It will be performed on the 12th of March 2025, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and stay tuned for also other webcasts that are upcoming. Thank you guys, and have a nice day.